Hello children, how are you? Hope all of us are doing good and all of us are excited to begin this new session. Now we will begin this session with our first chapter and the title is The Letter. It's actually a very beautiful poem. But before we begin the poem, let's see what this is about. Each stroke of our pen, with care and devotion, expresses the depth of our heartfelt emotions. Have you ever written a letter to anyone? Nowadays, mostly we easily talk to other people because of our phone, or in fact, if we cannot talk, we send messages on WhatsApp or maybe write an email. But earlier, people used to write letters. Maybe we should learn how to write letters again. Why? Because when we write something on a paper using pen, there are a lot of emotions that we are expressing, and we take care also to write beautifully or at least in a manner that the other person is able to read it. So, with each stroke of our pen, we show a lot of care and devotion, and also we are expressing our emotions to the person to whom we are writing that letter. We often express our feelings and thoughts with our friends or relatives. Now, it might be through email, it might be through a message on WhatsApp, or maybe through a letter that we write, that we share our feelings and thoughts with those around us. They might be our friends, our relatives, our parents. We should not take our loved ones for granted and should express our feelings openly and sincerely. So the poet feels, that the people whom we love, they might be our parents, they might be our relatives or friends. We should never take them for granted. And whatever we are feeling, we should express our thoughts and emotions to them. Expression can help foster deeper connections and effective communication. If you do this, it means that you can actually foster or make your connection with them stronger and deeper. How do you communicate your feelings or express yourselves? Now think, do you actually communicate your feelings and thoughts to the people around you whom you love or the people who matter to you? If you do, how do you do it? Do you think letters help us cherish our memories for a long time? Imagine there is a thought or an emotion that you want to share with somebody. If you have written about it in a letter, don't you think the other person who has received your letter will be able to cherish that very thought or memory for a long time? Anytime the person wishes, the person can simply open up the letter and read it and realize how much you love that person or how much you care for that person. Let's begin the poem. I'm writing a letter to send by the post. It is to the person I care for the most. So the poet says that she is writing a letter and she will be sending this letter by post to that person. And the poet also says that she cares for that person very much. I write the date clearly and put the address and begin, Dearest Mummy. Did anyone guess? So the writer has actually, written the date and then after that written the address where the letter has to be posted to. And how does she begin the letter? Dearest Mummy. So now we have all guessed that the poet is writing this letter to her mummy. My pen travels slowly all down the long sheet because I am so anxious to keep it all neat. So the poet says that, she is writing very slowly as she is writing the words and the lines and coming down the page because she is very anxious, meaning she is worried that the letter that she is writing should be very neat and beautiful to look at. I carefully blot it To dry up the ink, such nice blotting paper, the color is pink. Not only is she writing very carefully and neatly, but because she is writing with an ink pen, so she needs to use that blotting paper to dry up the ink. And she also says, the blotting paper is looking very beautiful because it is pink in color. Not only is the blotting paper helping her keep the writing on the letter neat, but it also looks beautiful in itself because of its pink color. I turn the page over and on goes my pen, till lastly come kisses. There is just room for 10. So she has written her letter on one side, she turns the paper over and writes on the other side as well. And the letter has come to an end, and what does she write or draw at the end of the letter? Kisses. But she says that there is room only for 10 kisses to be made on that paper. The envelope is ready. I put the stamp on and run to the post box, and now it has gone. So once she has finished writing the letter, put the kisses at the end, what has she done? She has folded that paper very carefully, kept it inside an envelope, sealed it, put a stamp on the envelope, and she has run to the post box to mail the letter there. Children, if you look at this picture here, this red colored box you might have seen around you, this is a post box. So you are supposed to put your letter in here. Then after some time during the day, or perhaps there is a stipulated time during the day that a postman comes, opens this box, gathers all the letters, takes it to the post office, and they can then be sent to the address where they are meant to go. I hope that all of us now are going to get into this habit of writing a letter or at least a message or an email to our loved ones, because it makes them know how much we care about them.